I recently came into a pretty old bit of kit. Here it is, the TaylorMade Original One, and the Pittsburgh Persimmon, the first ever metalwood. So I've had this in my house for a little while now, and I thought it'd be pretty cool to compare TaylorMade and the first ever metalwood with the brand's latest, with the Sim. So let's just see how far golf club and driver design has come along in about 41 years. So we'll go into some numbers, we'll take out in the golf course and just let you know how it's gone. So it should be pretty fun. First off though, before I run into everything, if you're new to our YouTube channel, please hit that subscribe button below, give us a thumbs up if you enjoy this video, and if you have any questions, just leave them in the comments and I'll get back to you. In 1979, TaylorMade released the Pittsburgh Persimmon, and safe to say it was a bit of a game changer. It was revolutionary. Before this, everything else was made of timber. So, you know, the first metalwood, it was a real trailblazer. It was the blueprint for driver design in the years to come and for modern day drivers. So it really was a game changer. And it'll be interesting to see how it stacks up with, you know, something that is, I don't know how many times the size, 4 or 5, maybe more, you know, this Sim that's absolutely massive. But I'm also going to compare with this one wood. So what's the difference from going from wood, which everything was prior to this, to metal? Well, I see a jump in speed, well, I see a jump in carry, well, I see a jump in performance. So yeah, we'll compare my grandpa's old Schlesinger one wood. Don't know how old it is, could be older, could be newer than the Pittsburgh Persimmon, no idea. But we'll compare all three of these in the numbers. So let's get started with the Pittsburgh Persimmon. So as you might have guessed, this thing hasn't been custom fitted for me. No, I've still got the original grip on it, I've got the original shaft. It's a Taylite regular lightweight steel, and this grip, it's certainly seen better days. So first off, let's get started with the ball speed. We're averaging out 149 miles an hour. We're launching at 10.2 degrees, spinning at just over 3,000. Now that's quite a lot for a driver, which means I'm getting an average carry of 235 and an average total of 258. So what do those numbers mean? Well, they don't really mean anything without the comparison with the Sim. So here it is, and immediately just look how crazy the jump is. Ball speed jumps up to 163 miles an hour, launch angle jumps up to 12.1 degrees, spin comes down to just over 2,600. So round about 160 to 163, it's what I expect from a modern day driver. Launch angle, nice, 12 degrees, probably where I'd want it. On this occasion, I'm spinning it just a wee bit high. If I wanted a little bit more, I could probably get that spin rate down for an average carry of 275 and an average total of 301. So yeah, it's going just a bit further, to say the least. You know, and that's, you know, these are averages. I was hitting the Sim really well today, so I've got really good numbers across the board there. And to be fair, I don't think I was hitting the Pittsburgh Persimmon that badly, but when you're not catching that thing at the middle, my God, does it punish you. It lets you know all about it. You know, I'd say maybe, you know, my best one with the Sim is probably going around about that 275 to 280 mark in the carry. You know, absolute tops, ball speed, yeah, that's at the high end for me. However, with the Pittsburgh Persimmon, I was actually seeing higher individual shots. You know, the highest ball speed I recorded was around about 152. The carry was up closer to 250. So certainly, you know, given just one shot, the Pittsburgh Persimmon, it's not a million miles behind. But when you get it down to the averages like I've got here, and then it can't keep up, it can't contend, because you're not getting the forgiveness that this thing with its inertia generator, speed injected twist face, carbon fibre crown, you know, everything that's gone into this, it is a world apart. 41 years of difference, and it shows in the numbers. Now, of course, the Pittsburgh Persimmon was going to blow the Sim out of the water, but what about the drivers that it made obsolete? How does it compare with this one wood? Schlesinger power thrust, made in England, screws in the club face, original shaft, leather grip, original grip. My grandpa's old one wood. You know, I think we've got a speed slot here, which I think is quite amusing. Could you call that technology? Obviously, I think trying to improve the aerodynamics, but you know, it's a piece of timber. So let's look at the numbers. The ball speed is down a little bit, we're 148 miles an hour. The launch is down quite a bit, we're at 7.8 degrees, that's very low for a one wood. Spin, not a million miles away, about 200 RPM less, so we're at 2,857, and the carry is at 228, so we're down 7 yards in carry and down 6 yards in total distance at 252. So not really surprised to see this thing launching so low. It comes out like an absolute bullet, but it's so hard to control as well. Both drivers are incredibly hard to control, but Certainly this one wood, it just comes out solo. Might be great, downwind, links course, firm and fiery, but when I compare it, when I've taken out the golf course and compared it, I would certainly say that although it's a bit larger, this metal design, this metal wood, certainly seems to be giving me more distance, which really isn't all that surprising. I'm on the 9th tee, par 4, couple of cross bunkers out there around about 250. Ever so slightly into the breeze, so should be able to carry them no bother with the sim, but certainly going to struggle with the altitude, probably have to thread it through the bunkers. So hopefully 3 good strikes and see how each turns out. Right up the middle with the sim, not the best strike, a little bit heely if anything, but it's gone a country mile style, it's right up the centre of the fairway, no complaints whatsoever. Right, now the original one, and it's just that immediate change from the size of a modern 460cc driver to this wee tiny P at the end of a stick is just incredible. So I've been struggling with the duck hooks, let's hopefully hit a good one. A very similar heely strike, it's gone next to nowhere. I'm short of the bunkers. Be interested to see just how much shorter that is, but similar strike, not out the middle, certainly out the heel, losing distance, spinning a lot. It's gone next to nowhere, so let's see if we can hit a good one with the Slazenger. One out the screws. Interested to see how far that's gone, because that was really pure, really out the middle of the screws there. See if it's kept up with the sim in any way, shape or form. So first up I've got the Pittsburgh, and as you can see I've placed my bag up there just to see how far the difference is between a heely strike with that old bit of kit and a heely strike with the sim. So if we just do a wee zap, 42 yards of difference. That just shows you, that's not even a good strike. It just shows you the amount of help that modern day drivers give you when you're not catching out the middle. So I'll pick that up, but I think quite interesting. Just in that wee mini test there, not scientific by any means. 42 yards between sim and Pittsburgh, and both similar heely strikes. But as you can see here, just up ahead, I've got the Slazenger, the one we cut it right out the screws. Absolutely nailed it, cut under the wind. And it's only what, a couple of yards, 1-2 yards shy in terms of distance. So yeah, I think, okay, it's only 1 or 2 yards shy in terms of distance, but you need to remember I caught that really poorly out the heel, wasn't nice. It's still in the middle of the fairway, which is brilliant, but if I'd caught that well, I'd expect another 20 yards at least. So yeah, it's just, I think it really shows the amount of help that modern day drivers give you. A heely strike with an old bit of kit has put me 40 yards back that way. Pure strike is still short of a bad strike with the modern one. If I was to have caught that thing in the middle, I would have been way off in the distance that way. So yeah, not a scientific test, but just proving the point that we really are pretty lucky that we get to use big 460cc tech packed heads these days. Yeah, so hopefully this video's just been a little bit of fun. You've got a better idea of TaylorMade's roots. It all started with this, and now we have the sim. So yeah, 41 years worth of difference, and the numbers, not really surprising. And then you take out in the golf course and it's a world apart. I don't know how people ever played with something this small. I've only ever been used to something this size. My God, golf must have been difficult with this thing. So I'll be sticking with modern day drivers with modern day technology. Suits me a little bit better. But really fun to take the old bits of kit out and just see how I got on with them. See just how difficult life was 40 years ago, because my God, it certainly seems it. So hopefully you've enjoyed this video. If you have, please hit that like button. Do not forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel, and thank you very much for watching.